Got Siasco on the ones and twos right now. Shout out to Jay Culture, the man behind the boards. Let's Lamped Up, episode 14, man. You know, we'll always have cool ass guests, but you know, we're not done with our Groove On segments. So for part 2, we got the motherfucking great Stevie on the motherfucking episode, man. And it's definitely a pleasure having him around. Shout out to Tyler for, you know, being on the last episode, man. But shit, I'm not gonna talk too much. Chill out, vibe out, whatever you guys wanna do, man. Stamped Up episode 14. I'm only Tev. Peace.
mais les Français nous aiment aussi.
You know I'm Thunderbirds 1 through 5, super mechanism rocker, show hopper, raindropper on the moon, bank robber. See my atmosphere, rocket ship park in your rear. With aviation altercation, spacecraft ready to take off with motivation. I'm leaving rap on the ground for space station. Kiss Earth and land goodbye, I'm an astronaut going on vacation. Above private jet, me and you captain haven't met yet. The generals carrying alien boxes up to the galaxy with chemicals. The dark side with Sergeant Pluto, we sitting in a dark ride. With flight jackets, we USRV. With Tim McCarvey, no time for explanation for joys. We big boys, no Ken and Barbie, just Robotron coming up the turnpike. With flying saucer lights on. Neck with a platinum pipe on. Aluminum snakes make you do the shake, shake. American Airlines, good for us. We sponsor everything we make. Getting out of Mercedes, talking to the presidents of the U.S. Navy. Potato salad for the soldiers, everybody get their gravy. I am my voice. Marines, please step back because I am my voice. Army, please step back because
Just a few dope beats for that ass. Brought to you by the Flying Lotus. Peace.
Something love for my community. I'm moving on all you punk Bambino bastards.
depleted like muscles without amino acids. I blast kids with mass times matter. Forever clinging to endeavors to find clever words, thus waiting never frustrating verbs to rip. My rap ratings eradicate. For me to take rhythms and mate them with rhymes and mating season, creating shit never before made it. I'm making hybrids, created potent enough to open eyelids and leave pupils dilated. Stress is alleviated, now it's easier, plus economically feasible for me to leave rap listening squeezy and inebriated. We made it, we came, dedicated, we rated supreme, even with or without the cream.
Yo, Pharaoh,
yes sir.
Brother, why don't you explain how the hip hop get caught up in this ill rap game?
I got a question. In hip hop, who they following? The niggas with skills or them niggas who be hollering?
The niggas that be hollering is subject to modeling niggas with skills always and forever keeps the following.
Swallowing pride, never we be imperialistic. Who rip shit without being materialistic? Statistics show no
access, she know.
Just cause them niggas got dough don't mean they got that
That's
flow.
right, cause them niggas got dough don't mean they got that flow.
clap. Come on. Keep your hands clap. Come on. Just keep your hands clap. Come on. Keep your hands clap. Yeah.
I ain't the smartest nigga, but I know one thing, life's way much bigger than our own flesh. There ain't much time left. God bless your last breath. Take this how you have to. Don't take it at all. Our time is growing small.
Keep your hands clapping. Come on. Keep your hands clapping. Come on. Just keep your hands clapping. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yeah.
False prophets and poets, you know it's the last days. Then do something about it. Do something about it. Tell people it's time that y'all know the truth. Ain't under no roof. Learn about it. Learn about it. Look in the mirror. There's the proof. Blind since I used.
Never seen
Got
nothing.
it under no roof.
Pay attention. You gotta learn about it. Pay attention. Now clap your hands to this. Come on.
You gotta learn.
Keep your hands clap. Come on.
but I do care. Oh, yeah. It's hard to sleep when your body's in arm's reach. My mind is a Grand Prix. I'm liable to step out and go drive a few blocks east to rendezvous at the spot where two shy folks become beasts. And for real, baby, no like nothing I ever known. No. For real, baby, the realest I ever known. My little fire, July beside me. One last time before you step out and leave. It can't be Ivy. I'm way too fly to let you out me, but I do care. And for real, baby. For real, baby. Got me leaving home in the late hour, waiting in the cold in the late hour. Tell me what's the code to the front gate. Tell me what's the roles that we gon' play. Tearing off your clothes like I can't wait. Tell them other niggas you be out of town. And tell them other bitches that don't nigga put it down. In long days, but we about to get a couple rounds. And palm trees that we rolled on the way. Tell them other niggas you be out of town. And tell them other bitches that don't nigga put it down. In long days, but we about to get a couple rounds. And palm trees that we rolled on the way. White wine, no ice in the glasses, but you might put ice in my candy cane. And for real, baby.
Like I told Tish, I see when I shot, nigga. Like you see them twirl, then you drop, nigga. And we keep the mind millies on my block, nigga. And Monte keep it on them, he done drop, niggas. And we be wildin', high, nigga. Total no nigga, get the clock, nigga. Try to you could catch shot, nigga. Running through these checks till I pass out. And shorty give me neck till I pass out. I swear to God, all I do is cash out. And if you ain't a hoe, get up on my trap house. I've been selling classes like the 5th grade. Really never made no difference with the shit made. Jaja told me flip them packs and how to maintain. Get that money back and spend it on the same thing. Shorty like the way that I ball out. I be getting money till I fall out. You talk cash, though I go all out. Shorty love the way that I flow out. Free greasy them, let all of my dogs out. Mama said no pussy cats inside my dog house. That's what got my daddy locked up in the dog pound. Free fan on them, let all of my dogs out. We gon' pull up in that like we cops on them. With them 16s, we gon' put some shots on them. I send a little dot to send a drop for them. She gon' call me up and I'ma sip the eyes on them. Grimy Savage, that's what we are. Grimy shooters dressed in G-Star. GS9, I go so hard. But GS for my gun squad. And bitch up is a problem, we gon' gun ball. Shots popping up the air, y'all. I'm with Trigger, I'm with Rasha, I'm with A-Ball. Broad daylight and we gon' let them things blow. Tell them niggas free me, yo. Subway, free
Slant Up 14. Got the homie Stevie on the tables now. Go ahead, bless us real quick one time, man. Thank you. Lamped Up 14. Peace.
guard the car. So the point is, you can stay here in fear forever as yourself, because hell is literally right here. Or we can go everywhere but love together. Eventually, I'm going there anyways. I don't give a fuck if you're coming with me.
not write, phony rappers. Who do 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 not excite, 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 phony rappers. Phony rappers. Phony rappers. Phony rappers. Phony rappers. Who do not write, 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 phony rappers. Who do not excite, 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 phony rappers. Who do not write, phony rappers. Who do not write, phony rappers. Who do not excite, phony rappers. Check it out. Let's battle. Phony rappers. 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 Who do not write, 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 phony rappers. Who do not excite, 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 phony rappers. 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 Do not write 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 phony rappers. Do not excite 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 phony rappers.
I've been watching you like the.
Rich boy city quick, folk niggas wanna check shit tight, no slick, just bought a Cadillac. Put some D's on that bitch, just bought a Cadillac. Put some D's on that bitch, just bought a Cadillac. City quick, folk niggas wanna check shit tight, no slick, just bought a Cadillac. Put some D's on that bitch, just bought a Cadillac. Put some D's on that bitch, just bought a Cadillac. Rich boy selling quick, folk niggas wanna check shit tight, no slick, just bought a Cadillac. Took it to the top, got the damn top drop, 2-color flip-flop and the red lollipop. It's hoes in the parking lot, but I still got my Glock cocked. New money, motherfucker, don't you see the big knot? Don't you see the big tie? Don't you see the big reels? Wonder who they hating on lately, baby, this hill. Candy paint, gated skin seats, call me Dundee. Pope in your hood, I'm the one that you wanna be. Haters wish they could feel the wood in my 83. Riding with no tears, so the motherfucker know it's me. Rich boy, silly quick, folk niggas wanna check shit tight, no slick, just
it's a mosh pit. Yeah, shot it bad, but she broke and she don't own shit. Mama asked me, son, when the trapping gon' quit. I been riding around through the city in my new bitch. Nigga pop up with a pocket full of cottage. Keep on slapping chopper and the bitch like it. Had to cut the body in the top, I had to chop it. Niggas pocket watching, so I gotta keep it walking. Mama told me not to say a word. Mama 17, 5, same color t-shirt. Mama told me not to say a word. Mama 17, 5, same color t-shirt. Nigga pop it with a pocket full of cottage. Keep on slapping chopper and the bitch like it. Had to cut the body in the top, I had to chop it. Niggas pocket watching, so I gotta keep it walking. Nigga pop it with a pocket full of cottage. Keep on slapping chopper and the bitch like it. Had to cut the body in the top, I had to chop it. Niggas pocket watching, so I gotta keep it walking. Mama told me not to say a word. Mama 17, 5, same color t-shirt. Mama told me not to say a word. Mama 17, 5, same color t-shirt.
Yes, sir. Stevie.
Let's get it on. 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 Let's get it on.
I'm working while the rest of y'all sleeping. I'm working cause I know that it's time now to put the work in. Oh yeah, oh yeah. And I ain't playing no games now. I know it's working, reaping all the benefits of all the hurting. I like who I am, that's the first step to being free. I got plenty that I wanna do, cause I got plenty that I've been through. And I don't wanna make excuses for you. Our time is only getting shorter here. Look how far we came in just a year. And can't nobody take that from us. This is my only option. This is me claiming my fortune. Running in circles all of these years. All of these hurdles, all of these fears. Put in a lot of time just to get mine. And I look up in the sky, know I'm doing right. Finally taking flight, try to corner me, but I'm Ali on his best night. On his best night, lacing up the gloves, cause I know I gotta fight. And that's word to Muhammad, now I'm floating like a butterfly. And they can't touch me cause I'm so high, so high, high, high. You know I'm so high. Sometimes it's the weed, cause that's just what I need. Other days I chill, cause that's just how I feel, yeah. Either way, I'm still putting one foot in front of the other, cause I gotta get it, no, I gotta get it. Ain't nobody stopping what is already written, I'm coming with it. This is my only option. This is my only option. This is me claiming my fortune. Running in circles all of these years. All of these hurdles, all of these fears. All of these hurdles, all of these fears. Nothing is pulling these tears. Tonight, tonight is my night, is my night.
Yo.
Lamped up.
Yo, man, shout out to the homie Ciasco, and also shout out to the motherfucking guy of the hour,
Oh no.
Stevie, man. It's Stevie G, right?
Stevie
That's
G,
what-
baby.
Stevie G.
Yeah.
How you doing, brother?
Oh, I'm good, man. I'm good.
That's
Thanks
good,
for having
man.
me here. This
Yo,
is awesome. This
that
is awesome.
fucking set, bro. Like, you and Tyler's ass came in this motherfucker, like, real disrespectful with the sets, man. Yo, shout out
Respect.
Tyler. He's here, man.
No, I gotta. I really appreciate that. Honestly, that boy over there, man. I swear, if you saw him when he first started DJing, you know, it was one of those moments. It was like, hey, you know, I don't know if this is for you, Jack. But honestly, like he now,
Shots
honestly,
fired. Shots fired.
now he's especially with the mixing, he's definitely better than me. Yeah, so I mean, like I was a little nervous to come after him, and you know, he always got the heaters, and but yeah, I just wanted to play a bunch of I snuck a bunch of originals in there, just some remixes, and
Yeah, man.
yeah.
Like, dog, just both you guys sets, man. Like, I'm not even gonna fucking like try to say who's better, but like it definitely matched up, man. And like I felt the vibe on both you guys sets. I got excited on both you guys sets, you know. But shit, bro, you dropped the fucking stew shit, man. Like a virgin. It's by Virgo, right? Or
Yeah, and so like that stew flip, I wanted to play, you know, just a couple diggers. Like that was definitely one of the first joints. That Virgo, that was one of the first sounds that got me, I guess, more focused into the Future sound.
Yeah, definitely.
And I mean, you know, we gotta pay respects where it's due. Yeah, I mean, I've been around sound for all my life, but something about the way that hit and the time, man, it was just perfect.
Yeah, man, like, just all together. Like, I agree with you, man, because, like, I mean, just not that song, but just Stu all together was actually, like, that gateway for me with the Future sounds. Because, I mean, he had a set, it was, like, Essence or some shit like that.
Sure.
Stu by, like, a set by, whatever, but he had that shit, and he had, like, a Missy Elliott flip, like, that motherfucker, I'm sorry, that motherfucker just spazzed, and, like,
For
ever
sure.
since that, I got in the rabbit hole of this shit, but, dude, man, like, we gotta get into you, man, like, just you as, like, an artist altogether, like, man, you know, I took some time this time to really do a little research.
Respect.
And, like, I see, like, you're not just a DJ. You're a producer. You're a philosopher.
Yeah, you know, I
Pretty
try to
much
be
a
out
fucking
here.
artist.
He's everything.
He's
Uh,
everything.
He's everything.
So, like, what really inspired you to be, like, under all those umbrellas? Like, what really made you get into that shit?
Man, so much. That's so crazy. That's a good question. I mean, so real talk, I started rapping.
Right.
And, I mean, I guess I started with poetry, but I started rapping. Yo, shout out my boy Nick Strickland, Ridiculous, Malcolm Z. Yo, shout him out. Yo, yeah, we started rapping actually, man, years ago. And so from there, just, it honestly came from a lack of. And just
Right.
like, you know, not having either the sound or the equipment. And so, you know, I immediately, you know, gravitated to Fruity Loops. So being able to record and make beats, I was like, okay, I can make beats too on this. Okay. And then so, I mean, it was natural. I mean, music, like I said, has been in my life, my whole life. But, you know, just, you know, getting on those boards and making my own beats, I felt that power and that control.
Yeah.
And, man, it just took off from there. And then when you're a young artist, not even just a starving artist, like I wasn't even a starving artist yet. I didn't even know what type of artist I was. Like this is like when you're first thinking, oh, I could do this. And from that point, it was like I had no immediate support in the sense of like, you know, there wasn't a major group of artists around me or anything like that. So it just came from the artwork I had to make myself, or, you know, the track listing. I took a lot of pride in that. Every little aspect of it, I wanted to make sure that, I mean, it just came from that control. So, like, you know, because I didn't have either X, Y, or Z, a better program to make a good application or a good cover art or, you know, this, that, and the third, like, I just figured out a way to make it work. And then it just went on to, you know, artists needing exposure. I didn't have nobody to look at me or nothing, so I was like, okay, how can I make this cell phone camera work for me? How can I make these little tricks and these little things work for me? And just really just trying to expand my mind to showcase the music. And it's funny, it all started with the music.
Yeah.
And I mean, but everything was just, it just came naturally, I guess, you know.
Damn, and I mean, shit, everything that comes natural is also, like, it's perfect, man. You know, like,
sure.
Instead of something being forced and it's organically made, it's always good, man.
Organic, yes, that is such a key word.
It is, definitely, man. Just, like, not just as a person, but, like, you know, as a collective, too. Like, cause with the Groove On, man, it seems like from hearing Tyler's story and hearing your story, you guys are like fucking Shaq and Kobe with shit, man. Like, I mean,
yeah.
I don't want to sound too crazy, but like that's from what I see. But
Respect, sure.
But like shit, just not as a music artist or just an artist. Period. What got you into philosophy?
Well, respect. Yeah, I mean, my father, he has his doctorate. He's a psychologist.
Right.
And so, you know, he was always challenging me, I guess, you know, on an intellectual level.
Yeah.
And, you know, I grew up in the church as well, so, you know, I definitely have that religious background.
Yeah.
And I think just growing up in such a day and age where there's so much going on, and not even bad things, there's just a lot going on.
Yeah, really.
Like, we just have a lot more at our hands and at our fingertips. So I think I just found a position that, you know, some people can't relate to certain religions, and not to like take that away from anything or be like too religious, but it's like it's hard for the young minds to really gravitate to the church or gravitate to certain things. And so it's like I found that, you know, just elevating my mind in one way or another, you know, I could speak to everybody in all realms. And so, you know, I just really just, you know, took, I guess, time in my life just to really, you know, focus on myself and who I want to be. And then, you know, I just found that power within myself. And so I guess my main focus is to give other people that power. And so I guess just within what I do, it's created its own philosophy, I guess. And
I mean,
yeah, and so I guess
definitely seems like the way you carry yourself and also the way you speak, it goes hand in hand with what you do. Definitely.
Respect, thank you.
Like with the music. But shit, tell me about Mark Rothko, if I said the name right.
Yeah, Rothko. You know,
Rothko, I apologize.
And you know, it's and that's just like one. I'm not an art head. You know, like as far as, you know, I have a lot of artist friends who, man, you know, shout out Doris Walker if you ever listening. Yo, he's amazing artist. But Rothko, I mean, he's just an abstract, you know, kind of a simple artist, but I actually, him in particular, just that inspiration, I guess. Like, I just love all mediums. And so, you know, and I actually got to see a play called Red, and it was a lot of his work. And so it's one thing when you see not only like a visual art, like an art like piece in a gallery, but then you get to learn more about them in a complete different medium.
Right.
And so I got to see not only his art that, you know, was naturally just beautiful to me, but I got to see like his struggle and kind of a behind the scenes that blew my mind. And I think that just that experience, it kind of even ties back to your earlier question, like, why do I like to do everything? Like, being able to see one medium interact with another medium is inspiring and powerful, and the force is almost to be reckoned with. And so just his work and just the artist, I mean, because I can draw and I can kind of doodle, and I mean, you might see some paintings in my later years, but
oh shit,
but you know, I just really realistically, that artistry, I mean, like, even my man Siasko over here, you know, like his craftsmanship with his jewelry, just the jewelry alone, not even his beats. Not even the beats alone. Like, that's not even talk about his music being fire. His craftsmanship on his jewelry is just like, that's a whole nother medium that I could get good at, I could be better at, and I know I could just because I love a challenge. But I know that there's something within him that can only come from him, you know. And so, like, it's just just to see other people's art, it just fuels me. So, I mean, like, you know, Andre 3000, you know, huge inspiration. That's like, for the earliest time and for the longest, my early years of rapping, that's all I was getting compared to was Andre 3000. And I had no problem with that. I mean, like, for a quick second, you know, you get a little egotistical and you kind of want to be your own person. But if I was to be related to anybody, of course I'll take Andre 3000.
Hell yeah,
and like,
man.
just to see his artistry. And then, you know, I don't know, we probably forget his TV show, but he even had a little TV show, the cartoon TV show. Yeah, yeah, y'all. Yeah, yeah, some people y'all don't even know what I'm talking. Yeah, so I'm telling you, like, even to see that power and that control, like, he not only produced his own music, made his own rhymes, you know, even designed his own fashion, you know, to a sense, and like, and then to even have a power to create his own show, like, just to see that creative genius, you know, freaking. What's his name? What's that boy that done dropped that Redbone track? What's that Childish Gambino?
Oh,
That
shit.
Donald Glover. I mean, again, it's just like that level, that level of artistry is scary, and it's to that point where I think we're almost apprehensive to say like it's genius. I mean, like, and
Yeah.
so like when I see like stuff like that, it's like, yo, how can I be an asset in every way, shape, or form? You know what I mean?
Definitely, man. And that is actually like artists nowadays, like, you know, the Childish Gambinos, shit, even the Tyler Creators.
Tyler Creator, yeah.
Like, I feel like Andre 3000 was kind of a blueprint to that because just, you know, looking back at like fucking the Outkast days, I'm talking about like way back in the 90s, bro.
Sure.
Like, his rhymes were off the chain. And then, you know, when the 2000s came, the early 2000s, that's when he started getting to that little artistic kind of groove, you know? His fashion started changing, like, and, like, also, if you look at the videos, man, like, for instance, Hey Ya.
Oh, sure.
How he had all the
Classic.
fucking Andre 3000s doing the same shit.
Classic.
And it's just crazy, man. And not only that, just Outkast's videos, period, were crazy. Like, AT Aliens was crazy, man.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think.
No, I mean Elevators. Was it
It's
Elevators?
crazy. Like one thing
Me
to
and
think
you.
about. Like I'm always thinking about how technology updates and stuff too. So like to see like that technology has been updating and music has been updating as well. Like it's interesting to see like what someone can do and like put into like a video like that too. Because it's like somebody could have like a really simple music video, or they could like go that route if they knew the right people to do that type of a thing. You know, like it's cool to see something like more cinematic and stuff too when like it's done right. So like all of their stuff is like really cool to see all of that. Like I think that they got some really really good music in combination with the good visuals too. So it's like
Oh, yeah.
it's just it's cool to see that, you know.
It is, like, bro, like, again, it's just nothing but inspiration, bro.
Yeah.
Like, really, like, I always tell, like, I don't know if I told you, Cisco, but, like, I don't know. It's just, like, I feel like every creative come from certain time periods. Like, back then, we have the Andre 3000s. I count him in the 90s. Then we have the Pharrell era. And I think that's where everybody comes from. Then also, I want to break it down to Kid Cudi or
Yeah.
Kanye.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like we come from, like, those type of umbrellas, like, as creatives, man.
Yeah.
It's just, but, like, more so, it's just, like, more Pharrell than anything. Because Pharrell had his hand in fashion,
Yeah.
music.
Yeah, and Pharrell, he was a huge inspiration to Tyler the Creator too. It's like it really stands out in like how he does stuff, but it's not so much like just only Pharrell. You know, it's like you can tell it's like Tyler as opposed to Pharrell, and then
Yeah.
you can tell when something's Pharrell too. So it's like you can tell that like there's elements that have like transferred over with just how like certain vibes go with the song and stuff too. So. It's crazy. Like Pharrell's definitely like really cool.
Yeah, definitely, man. But, shit. Also, you're a rapper.
Yes, sir.
I saw a video on the Groove On site. Shit, I forgot it. I forgot the name of it, but like
that's the thing. It's untitled, so
it's
it's
untitled.
Not, yeah.
Oh, okay,
So
because
yeah.
like I just like I like how you had the fucking, was it aesthetic director or some shit like that.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
it's just-
like aesthetic coordinator and stuff. Yeah, I just like the homie that was driving the van throughout the joint. He was helping me out. My man Jordan Matthews. I know he low key was just chiming in. I love you, bro. Yo, yo. So my man Jordan Matthews is just a creative guy. Just a fun guy. But yeah, I just like to just those little things. Make any piece of art just a little bit better. And I
Yeah.
try to give credit to, like I said, to those who deserve it. And yeah, it was just a fun experience. Shout out to my man Jonathan Nicholas. He's actually a pretty pretty important man. He's making some moves right now. You know,
Hell
he's just
yeah.
an awesome videographer. I mean, like his skills, of course, are good, but his spirit is what really got us working with him. And then from then, it just took off. So yeah, I rap. I honestly sometimes forget I made that video, but because you know, but I'm always like putting out stuff. So I'm definitely working on some new stuff.
I had, like, just that whole shit was tight. Like, I mean, the aesthetics was on point too, man.
Respect, thank
Like,
you.
even from the background, bro, that shit was like
Yeah, like
pink. Or, I don't know, man.
yeah, like I
be
just
fucking
try
up on
to
colors.
like I said, littlest things. You know, we were sitting there editing it, and I was, you know, I just like my color, man. You know, I just like
Hell yeah.
I just like matte saturation here and there. And for this, especially for some of those scenes, while we were editing it, you know, I was like, you know, I already seen this before. You know, what I mean, give me that. Push them hues, bro. You know, and so we just played around with it, and it ended up working. And I think that's what kind of caught people's eye and caught people's attention. So,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I just like I said, I gotta give credit's due. Low-key, that J. Cole video it dropped, the one
When he's on the truck.
where he's on the truck. Yeah, he kind of slanders Kanye a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but
what's
like
that shit called? He did that
you
shit
know,
on Waves by Joey
yeah,
Badass.
and so I mean, like it was just super ill, and like so I guess I kind of wanted just to push my boundaries with the color scheme and just see what we could capture and stuff. So
Yeah,
yeah.
man. He, like that video was real. It's real tight, man. Like
Yeah,
it's
it's good.
Thank you.
It was inspiring, man. Just like
Respect.
I mean, like I said in the interview with Tyler, just like the way you guys move is always an inspiration, man. And like
Thank you.
like off air, I was able to ask you some questions, and like it just definitely like you put me on some game on some shit, man. Like I appreciate it. Also with Tyler, man, just talking to that dude, man, it definitely was great. But like you just had a set with. I apologize if I get the shit wrong, but UMS, right?
Yeah, the Underground Music Showcase. Shout out my man Tobias. Thanks for the spot. Yeah, it was groovy, man. It was super crazy. I mean, like real quick. Yeah, we drove up there. We had a set right at noon, and it was like the first set of like the whole day anywhere.
Oh shit.
So I mean, like it was a little early, so people might not have been ready for the vibe. but no, I mean, like we got to do our set, we killed it. Thank God for my man Tyler. Like we just, I kind of sang some joints, kind of just in back to back. Just, I mean, kind of freestyle it, man. Like even we can practice a million times, but it just comes out fresh every time. So
Yeah.
But with that, like the best part about the whole UMS, yeah, we got someone dropped out, and like they couldn't make it, and so another artist who was right after us, who kind of had a little early slot, she was like, "Yo, you guys want to just do a set together?" And she's a bass guitarist. Shout out Gracie Basie. Yeah, she's just dope. So she actually hopped on the drums while we were mixing some joints, and she kind of she sung while we were doing some joints. So we just kind of went back and forth. It was just super, like you said, organic, and like
Yeah.
really, like realistically, that within and of itself was what proved I was like, all right, we can roll with the punches. Like we can do anything. And like even the night before, I don't know if you guys know Station. Shout out Station.
Yeah.
Like the consignment store. Like, yo, they asked us to DJ for them like all night, and so they're the homies, so we didn't mind. You know what I mean? So it was just like we came up for one, and then ended up doing 3 sets, and still had a great time. So we still pulled through it, and so
Damn.
yeah, just being connected with people. Really, that's really what it is. Just trying to stay tight in the community, and then eventually it does pay back. It does like reciprocate. You know what I mean? What's up?
Yeah, I like seeing a lot of like what other people are doing too, because it's like like I want to fuel for me too, being like a creative person. Like I like just even if it's just like seeing someone like through Instagram or something, just
Mhm.
following them, noticing if they're like in Colorado or anything. I'm like,
Right.
It's cool for me to see, because I'm like, these are people here around me, here. It's just like I feel like sometimes a lot of the time people have a sense that like
that type of crowd or something is like further than like what they really feel, you know. But
Exactly, yeah.
it's like I don't know. I always like that whenever someone's like in Colorado or operating like in Colorado, because I'm like, you know, it gives me a relief because I'm like, this is people creating and doing what they want, and then I'm like, I'm able to be like, all right, well then like I can create and do what I want as well, you know. So it's like, and I think that's like a positive thing for anybody to just kind of like, you know, feel towards himself, you know. It's just like letting you feel like, you know, just create what you want to create, you know, just do it literally, you know.
Exactly. This guy, he acting all sly. See, Asco, he over there, he was sitting like right up the street from us when we found him on SoundCloud,
Yeah.
and then dropping flames, and then it was just like that, bada boom, bada bang, and now we're here. You know what I mean? Like, to just simply linking up with him, you know, and like, and I can understand his trepidation because he's right. Like, it's hard to find people who are genuine and truly about this craft and about spreading good energy.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, that's just where it all just expanded from. And then, you know, just, and it's funny because like we didn't realize it. I didn't realize, I forget that these sounds, I forget that this session right here could be changing someone's life. Like this, like they can be listening in right now and they could have heard one song, just 30 seconds, and they could have like, yo, my life is different. And that's how it happened for us. And like, and I forget that sometimes, like, yo, and everything that I put out, like sometimes I'm like, oh, I just got to put out to be constant. And realistically, it's like, it's just it's like that energy. Like once I put something out, and then someone else like, yo, I love what you did. It made me want to do this. Like, oh, word? Oh, well, shoot, I'm gonna go put more. And then like they do more, and then it's like, well, I'm gonna go do more. And it's like, and if sometimes it can be like stressful because like, oh man, like get overwhelmed with the social media or whatever. But honestly, aside from even social media, just putting out good energy and good art and good and just those good feels, man, I tell you what, it's just a good thing. It always comes back.
Hell yeah, it always does, man. Especially if you can change somebody's life, like that. I feel like that gives you that extra momentum, man. And it's just like you feel like it gets you out that writer's block or creative block, you know. Just like even putting out mixes and shit. And it's just like, honestly, man, I just want to tell you guys both, man, just keep doing what you guys doing, because not only did what you guys did, like what you guys are doing, I'm sorry, inspired me, but like shit, inspired a lot of things, man. Like,
respect, thank you.
Especially in the Springs. I can't stress it enough about like the culture in the Springs and like how we need this type of energy. You know, because like a lot of people's not used to this type of shit, man. A lot of people's used to, you know, the 98.9s, 96.1s, 98.5s, and
yeah,
you know,
the top 40 vibe.
Yeah, and like not too many people understand like the essence of music altogether, because like the sounds we all play is samples. We get down to like the fucking samples.
Yeah.
And you know, just like the basic like instrumentation of shit, you know what I mean? From the drums to the chords. Like we break shit down. And like we just need a lot of that shit around, and just the creativity too, because like, you know, we don't have to go to New York, we don't have to go to Chicago, we don't have to go to LA or Miami for
no, yeah, you really don't.
You know,
and
it's those things are cool to go to too, for sure. Like I want to go and travel, but like for me, you know, like being here, I'm like, you know, it's at a point where like us being the people that we do, since it's so limited here, like it makes me feel really positive about things, because like we're the ones in Colorado Springs specifically that are like into the stuff that we specifically are into. And like I know it from you, and I know it from Tyler too, because it's like I know you guys are like on the same vibe of like a lot of the stuff that I've been into as well. So it's like I don't meet too many people, you know. And then Tev too, you know, like that's why we do what we do here, because it's like, you know, we know the vibes that like, you know, we connect with, that we've always liked, you know. It's just like our own type of, you know, good feeling, you know.
You know, it's funny, like I tell people, you know, NWA or all the way back to, you know, Motown, or all the way back to, you know, there's always some group that started somewhere, and they're like, you know, the biggest pop, like, I mean, it always starts in some city or some hub. You know, we all can't be, you know what I mean, like the biggest, you know, the biggest, baddest, you know, you know, like we can't go to some city and be, how do you say, like a small fish, you know, in a big pond. You know, that's all that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Is, you know, and sometimes we forget the power that we have to create and to like literally make our own reality, so to speak. I mean, like, because everyone growing up with people like, oh my God, Colorado's so boring, or the Springs are so boring, or whatever. And yes, there is a boring, I guess, light to certain things but that makes people complacent. You can't be complacent. You have to keep pushing yourself and keep pushing the boundaries around you. And like, I don't care if you want to stand on the wall and be corny with yourself. I'm gonna act like a goddamn fool in the middle of the floor type shit.
Yeah.
I mean, like, just like that mentality of, you know, you can go in and you can literally, you know, make your own environment. And it's not even just about the arts. And I like really try to push that, because it can be, especially for people who are in school, people who on the job, whatever you're doing. It's like, damn, like people are grinding out here. You know what I mean? And so, and people are grinding harder than me. Like, I'm thinking I'm grinding hard or something. Nah, like, you know, we got people working their asses off for this dream, so to speak. And so it's like, yo, you got to remember that every day you get up, you can make whatever reality you want. You just got to speak it. You just got to put it into action, and it all falls into place. And so we just got to remember that we can do that here or wherever we go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, definitely. Straight, you lay game down for real.
Respect. Yeah.
It's just crazy, man. But I mean, I thank you guys. This is part 2 of the Groove On segment, man. I thank everybody, man. Shout out Jay Culture, the engineer, Ciasco, my homie, my brother, DJ.
The man over there.
Shout out Tyler
Mr.
from
Low Key.
Week before last. I
Yes,
believe.
yes.
And then shout out Stevie G, man.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate you guys, man. I appreciate
you.
everybody tuning in, man. It's Lamped Up 14. Shit. Maybe next week we have something special for you guys. We'll
Perhaps.
groove on.
Perhaps.
Just a vibe session.
Respect, man.
But we gonna keep everybody on the toes, man. But it's Lamped Up 14, man. It's blessed to have 14 episodes of everybody, especially with Groove On. Shit, I'm just grateful. Fuck, man.
No, yeah, thanks for having me, dog.
Yeah, thanks you guys.
Yeah, man. Yo, and I mean, you already got the plugs, but yeah, find your boy at God of Groove on anything.
God of Groove on anything. And then what? Tyler, Giver of Groove.
The Giver of Groove.
And then all together as a collective.
The Gods of Groove. Yes, Gods of Groove.
Shit,
so.
I got that shit down. I was nervous as fuck.
Respect. No, you good. Right? Would have had to just put you in timeout. No. But no.
Shit.
No, man, thank you so much. I mean, like, it's tough to be on this side of it. So, like, respect for you for doing this and, like,
Oh, yeah, man.
giving
Thank
artists
you.
shine and stuff. So
Appreciate it, man. Definitely. But shit, next week, we might have something for y'all. A special. Week after next, we got the beautiful Miss Kayla Ray on deck. Wait, that's the 24th, right? We got whatever the
sometime this month.
Yeah, sometimes.
The beautiful
Man,
Kayla
fuck it, we
Ray.
got the talented Miss Kayla Ray
Talented,
on deck sooner or
exuberant,
later in this month.
Gorgeous.
Coming
Yeah.
soon.
Coming soon. Oh, in 3 weeks. Oh, it's 3 weeks. Oh, shit, man. I got a
Man.
plan for some more interviews.
I'll be back in for that.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Hell yeah. It's all love, man. It's
Sure.
Gotta Groove Month.
Hey, right? Groove on, baby, all day. You know?
Shit. Where's Jay Nichols at, man?
Yeah,
We need that motherfucker.
he out.
on.
He's actually out in New York and he's out in Cali traveling. See, I'm telling you, people making moves out here. So
Hell yeah. I saw his shit. I saw the shit he did for Denver
Mhm.
on the Ivy shit or whatever. It was
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but that shit was tight. But shit, we gotta wrap it up.
Wrap it on up.
Wrap it up then. It's Lamped Up 14, man. Thank you
Lamped
guys
up
for everybody
14.
tuning in. We're out. Peace.
Word.
Peace.